And now it's time for the Indy Art Show! The Indy Art Show! The Indy Art Show! Yay! Woohoo! Featuring the hostess with the mostest, Maria of Haunted Gypsy! And also featuring undiscovered talent that's alive and looking for love and support within your very own community. We are your neighbors. Your creative neighbors. Yep, we're the ones that turned your neighborhood into a vibrant arts district, causing property values to rise. We're the ones that take your neighborhood and make it a fun and joyful place for everyone to live. So show us some love. Show us some love. Show us some love. Whoa, that's not very loving. Why the non-loving response? Sheesh. I gotta tell ya. Hello! How are ya? So nice to see you again. I am addicted to the Indy Art Show. I keep coming here. It's terrible. I've got way too many shows that I'm doing and gotta upload them on the internet. The internet. So today, on the Indy Art Show, we have an exciting guest on the world-famous Indy Art Show, known all over the world. So if you're watching from Indonesia or China or France or Paris, France or Italy or Spain or wherever you are in the world, we have an exciting guest named Ryan Gurnett, who is from the Infringement Festival in Buffalo, New York, which is located in upstate New York, western New York area. The Infringement Festival is a festival that's all-inclusive, that includes artists, right? Creative people from all types. You could be a musician, you could be a... What else is there besides musicians? Nothing. Just musicians. No. Musicians, you could be an actor, you could be producing a show, like a play or something. I submitted some videos, actually, that are going to be showing. So Ryan, would you like to tell us more about the Infringement Festival?
I would love to. Hi, everybody. The Infringement Festival is an 11-day art festival located in Buffalo, New York. Most of it's in the Allentown area or Elmwood Village area. Some of it isn't. We go out a little further than that, but kind of our base is there. And it features music, visual art, film, workshops, poetry... I feel like I'm leaving one of them out. I always do, but it's
spoken word.
Yeah, there you go. Well, poetry, but yeah. It's a little everything. We're all inclusive. We're anti-corporation. We're all volunteer run, and everyone who sends in a proposal to get in the festival gets in the festival. And
okay, wait, one quick question.
Oh.
Anti-corporation. Corporations are people, you know. So what if a corporation wants to submit its art? What if Monsanto has a beautiful painting that Monsanto painted, because corporations are people, they're human too, and Monsanto wants to do a demonstration, maybe a painting about killing animals? I don't know.
I think we'll take corporations on a case-by-case basis.
Oh, okay, case-by-case basis. All right, okay. So this is really great, and I know, shameless plug. So I'm going to be performing as Haunted Gypsy on the 27th, which is a Saturday at the Youth Hostel at 6:45, and then after that, these scary women are going to come on, scarier than me, are going to come on and do their podcast.
Yes.
Their spooky podcast.
The Living Dead Girls.
The Living Dead Girls. And then July 28th at Milky's, too. But lots of musicians are going to be performing. Are you going to be performing, Ryan?
Yes, I am. I play bass with a singer-songwriter named Jen DeSantis.
Okay.
And we're going to be playing opening ceremonies, which is at Nietzsche's on Thursday, July 25th.
July 25th, Thursday. Okay. All right, at Nietzsche's. Very nice. And then what else can you tell us about it? Now, you have to pay $100 to participate in this, right?
You don't have to pay anything.
You don't have to pay anything?
You don't have to pay anything.
Wow.
There's no fees to get in. We pay you sometimes.
All right. So it's free of charge. Now, wait a minute. You have to be white and you have to be from an affluent suburb in order to submit to this, right?
Only the most affluent suburbs are
included.
Yeah, I'm sorry. So No, this is for everyone. This is, in some cases, we have people who've been doing infringement for all 15 years we've been doing it, who come back every year and love doing it. And then on the other hand, we have people who have never played live, who are just looking for somewhere to express themselves. Or sometimes you'll have a band that just doesn't know where to get their foot in the door. So it's for anyone. It's for people of all experiences and levels of music. And that goes for all of our art. We don't, when you start as a band and you start as a musician, you're not that good all the time. And some people are terrible. You can go back to old videos of the Goo Goo Dolls playing the Continental in the 80s, and it's awful. But but that's how bands grow. Yeah. So I think it's important that we don't judge the bands and we give them room and space to grow. And then I do all the scheduling for music. And for me, when bands ask me questions about, well, what am I expected to do with my set? Or is it okay if I do a trio instead of a 4-piece? I always tell them, I put you in the spot. You fill out the proposal. I give you the spot. What you do with that spot is completely up to you.
Okay, great.
So I want to let people run wild. I want to let them do things that they normally couldn't. Maybe if you want to do something in Milky's that you couldn't normally do in Milky's, go for it.
Wow.
So that's what we're offering.
Musicians gone wild.
Yes.
Isn't that a little dangerous to say do what you want to do?
No, it's not. I don't think it is. I've dealing with the whole festival and all the musicians I dealt with when I first got into confirmations and stuff. I thought you'd be dealing with some jerks. Yeah. But everyone is, for the most part, is really nice and polite and excited about it. And I think if they're going to do anything that would get us in trouble, they kind of let us know about that ahead of time. But generally, what people want to do, it goes. That's what this is all about.
So you said infringement started 15 years ago.
Correct.
Could you talk about how it started and who started it?
Sure. So I believe it was 17 years ago, there was a Fringe Festival in Montreal.
Okay.
And it was basically a bunch of banks and corporations saying, hey, folks, here's what's on the Fringe. And the reaction to that was, you're a corporation, you don't get to tell us what's on the Fringe. You don't get to decide what's on the Fringe. So the next year, Infringement Festival kind of happened as a protest of the Fringe Festival. And then within a year of that, they popped up, I want to say Baltimore, Philadelphia, Buffalo, I think a few in the Midwest, maybe going further. And we're the last one standing.
Oh, really? So, is the Montreal one?
The Montreal one, I think, still functions a little bit, but they have drastically cut down because they were 11 days. That's kind of where we got kind of the outline for how we'd want to run, and it's very small now, and it's certainly not 11 days long.
Oh, okay.
Unfortunately.
All right, and the guy who runs the Montreal festival, is he the one who came up with this whole idea and started the whole thing?
I think. Are you talking about the offshoots?
Well, no, I was talking about the original founder. Wasn't it the guy at Montreal who started the whole infringement thing?
I don't have his name off the top of my head, but I can tell you on Saturday, August 3rd, we have an act called Car Stories.
Oh, yes, he's the one who does car
Yes, so the guy who created the original Infringement Festival is coming to town for our festival, and I think that's fantastic, and that's absolutely something worth checking out. I got to run some shows that day. I'm kind of sad I don't get to at least see him in action doing that.
Oh, okay. Is he coming this year then? Because I don't think he was at Infringement last year.
He wasn't at Infringement last year, but he usually makes it up.
Okay. All right. Donovan? I'm trying to find his name. Okay. Okay, great. And so what's different this year about infringement that hasn't happened last year?
For me, I'm kind of coming in, and there's always the things that we, our big events, our opening and our closing ceremonies, but coming in last year, I noticed that we're putting music in Broadway market, but it felt really underutilized. We weren't advertising the show very well. We weren't putting some of our better acts on that. So that's kind of an event this year that I really wanted to push a lot into. So we've got a huge event going on there. We have a live action role playing group that's going to be doing a battle on the roof.
Oh, okay.
We have the Gongoranium, which is a guy who sets up a bunch of gongs and you get to throw balls at him. I've heard it's like, I don't know, that just sounds super fun. Like, it just feels relaxing to me just thinking of that. We're going to have people roaming the halls. We're going to have a scavenger hunt. Derek Hamilton from Nietzsche's, the door guy there, he makes these. I'm just going to do this. It's about this tall. I don't know how tall they are, but it's called the Scrap Iron Army, and he makes these cool little guys out of like scrap iron and stuff.
I've seen those.
Yeah, so
I've seen those.
we're going to have those all over at Broadway Market. I think we're going to have 6 of them, and if you take a picture of all of them and hashtag them, one of those people is going to win some prizes. So we're going to have a little scavenger hunt around the building too. So I'm excited about that. And I think every year it just changes a little bit. And a goal for me coming from the outside was that I knew a lot of bands who didn't know what was going on with Infringement Festival. So I think we're getting a lot of new bands in while we still kind of retain some of the old ones. But there's a lot of bands to be excited about who haven't really played the festival before. I don't think the Scarecrow Show's played before. I don't think Johnny and the Man Kids has played the festival before. So there's a lot of just great acts.
Sure. So I'm embarrassed that I had to look this up, but Donovan King, I keep getting his name confused with somebody else, is what it is. Donovan King from Montreal, I believe he started this, he did some sort of dissertation in grad school, for this, and so he was kind of behind the whole, infringement thing in Montreal. And I know a couple years back we went and performed there, but I think last year they didn't have an infringement in Montreal, and I don't know if they were going to do it this year, because I think Donovan, he's got a lot on his plate, a lot of things that he's doing, so I don't know if he's going to have another infringement. But I know, So what kinds of challenges have you guys had? I know that there were some challenges finding venues, I think.
No, I think venues is something that this year was a little different because there's going to be some construction around Elmwood and Allentown. So there were a few places that we didn't have enough room for. But I think the number of venues we have, at least as far as the music goes, I can't speak for, I know it's always hard finding like wall space for hanging art and stuff like that, but as far as music's concerned, for the most part, every band who wanted at least 2 performances has 2 performances. And, we don't have, I'm not looking around for extra room for stuff. Like the amount of venues we have is good. Like it's always great to have more, but I don't think that that's really a problem.
Okay, and are you having any challenges finding volunteers?
Always, yes.
Always, yeah.
Go to facebook.com/infringeeveryday, or you can go to facebook.com/Sir William Idol, which is my page.
Sir William Idol?
It's a Billy Idol reference.
Oh, okay.
You can get a hold of us there. Leading up to the festival, we're doing everything from setting up Facebook events to repurposing campaign signs to make infringement festival signs. We need flyers for shows, just all sorts of just little extra things that we could use help with. And then when the festival is actually happening, we need people to help drive volunteers around to run PA systems, even just people who can be at a show and tell the band when it's time for them to stop.
Okay.
Trying to keep the shows on schedule. And then for anyone who does volunteer for that, one of the big concerns I hear is like, well, what happens if something happens and I don't know what to do? I will have my phone on the entire festival. Okay. So if anyone does volunteer and they're worried about any of that stuff, I'm always here to help all the volunteers. And I wish I would have known about this. I went to school for music industry, and I wish I would have known about Infringement Festival when I graduated. I was in Albany, and there wasn't anything like Infringement Festival there. And you graduate, and, Albany's a much smaller place, but there weren't festivals that you could just volunteer for. There weren't places that you could get into to start booking. It was all very, very difficult. And then I came here, and then I found Infringement, and, I've only been doing it for about 15 months, but I've kind of found my spot, and I think I found my groove as far as trying to reestablish a career in being able to actually do music. And, it's, so if people are looking to do that, I've been speaking with classes like Fredonia and stuff, because I think for, young people who are interested in really any sort of art, if you want to be a part of the scene when you graduate from college, getting your foot in the door now is just, it's a great favor you can do to yourself.
Right. Well, I mean, for musicians of any age, I think, or
absolutely.
artists of any age. Now, So you went to school for music industry?
Yep.
You said. What do you have a bachelor's in music business or?
Bachelor's in music industry is actually what it's called. It's
Really?
the College of St. Rose in Albany.
Okay.
And it basically almost served as like a triple minor in audio engineering, music business, and performance.
Nice. I've never even heard of that.
Well, it's nice having a well-rounded degree, but at the same time, the recording studios want someone with an audio engineering degree, not someone with the music. And the business people, they don't want a jack of all trades in some case. They want someone who's like focused.
Interesting.
I think I was just talking with Jess Doctor on here about within the last week, and I think a great piece of advice for anyone who's going to school for music or art or any of that stuff is double major in something, because especially music, there's so many people who don't actually get to do music, and then those people end up like filing places. Like for me, if I would have gotten a degree in communications along with my music industry degree, I think I would have went way farther with myself.
What could you do with a degree in communications? So
probably what I'm doing right now, but I would have been doing it sooner.
Yeah.
No, when I first moved back to the area from Albany, one of the first things I did was I applied at every radio station that existed, and I got 0 calls back.
I don't really think there's a whole lot in this area for that.
With radio, there's not much anywhere, unless you're in like the big hubs, and
but
who wants to go there?
When I look online, it's anyway. So great. So now Kurt Rotterdam had been handling a lot of responsibility with infringement, and he's not doing that anymore. So have you and maybe Pam Swartz taken over? Or is it mostly you? Or
we're all picking up the slack.
Yeah.
I think I tried kind of pushing ahead with everything when I started, and I don't think that was fair to the other volunteers who wanted to pitch in a little more, that I was trying to get everything done. So I kind of eased back on that, and where Kurt was kind of the ringleader before, I don't think we really have much of that anymore. And I think it's important to be a little of everyone. But we've all been picking up the slack. Pam's actually doing film now.
Okay. And when should another question I wanted to ask you is for people who don't know about infringement, how can they apply? And when should they apply?
The application process this year was April 1st to April 15th. So if you follow the Facebook page, facebook.com/infringeeveryday, we'll have plenty of announcements about when the proposal period is going to be coming next year. But I plan on it probably being the same dates.
Okay. All right. So, and do they have to live in Buffalo?
Nope. We have, we always have acts coming from all over. I know we have got folks from Cincinnati. We've got folks from down in Nashville. Dar Sombra who comes. They're an international touring act. So we've got, I think it adds to the flavor to have a little stuff coming in and out.
So somebody could be from Nashville or anywhere in the United States or anywhere probably in the world. If they wanted to, they could just go on the website and apply.
Absolutely. As
a musician, as someone is producing a play or wants to do a one-person show.
Or if you have a film you want to show somewhere, we'll show your film.
Okay, they'll show your film. What if it's a raunchy film? Will you show that?
We will show it somewhere where children aren't allowed. We do have some events that aren't child-friendly. Those are, of course, in areas where children won't be going. Okay, but no, that can absolutely be done if...
Okay, so they could specify on the website, I've got this raunchy film, or it's X-rated, whatever, and you'll just see. Yeah, anyway, not inviting people to submit their raunchy films, but it's just, I know on a previous Indie Art Show we were talking about naked people in a movie and how the movie was banned because there were naked people who were not very attractive in it, and I think that's the key. If the naked people are not very attractive, then, then there's protesting, and if they are attractive, then not. So, anyway, all right. So submit to infringement, folks. Yes. You can do it. If you're an artist, you're a creative person. Doesn't matter your age, race, gender, whoever you are. If you're an artist, a musician, writer, fine artist, painter, theatrical artist. There's so many different types of art, right? And you guys, if someone's a painter, you find a place for them to hang their paintings, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Yeah. Or sculpture. If you have a sculpture.
We try to do installations for all of our artists that last the full 11 days of the festival. So we can get them in one place. We get their art up on the wall once, and then they don't have to worry about moving their stuff around or anything like that.
Okay, so they just go on the website and fill out the application when it's open. Of course, right now the application's closed for this year because Infringement's going to start in just a couple of weeks.
Yay.
It's coming up. It's coming up
So
at the end
fast.
of July. Oh, and can you tell us again what the dates are for Infringement?
Sure.
this year?
It's Thursday, July 25th to Sunday, August 4th.
Okay, so July 25th through Sunday, August 4th. Now, how can people, I know a lot of people, or millions of viewers, are going to want to go out and watch the musicians play and the actors perform and are really going to want to see all the performers and artists. So how can they find out who's playing where and when?
We will have some information up on our website, which is infringebuffalo.com. That will hopefully include a Google venue map that'll actually show you where everything is, which
cool.
I'm really excited about that. I've seen the beta, so hopefully we get that together.
All right.
Infringebuffalo.org, they'll have that up. For right now, you can go to, if you go to the Facebook page, facebook.com/infringe and click on the events tab. I have a team of like 6 people right now who are helping me set up all the events.
Okay.
So hopefully within the next few days, everything for the festival will be up there, and that'll be a good first spot to look. And then we use the public in years past for our printing needs, but I don't really know what's going on with them right now.
So you're not sure if you're going to be advertising in
We are not going to be advertising in that. We're actually going to be self-printing our schedules this year, and we are going to be hiring the guy, some of the people who deliver the public, and we're going to be having them take the schedules to the same places as they're delivering other stuff.
Oh, really?
And
very interesting.
So they'll be circulating those for us, probably in a lot of places where you'd normally find the public, probably a lot of Allentown, Elmwood area.
Yeah.
I think we're doing at least 100 locations, so they will be there.
Right.
You can also go to thinktwiceradio.com, and I don't know when it's going to be up. The Struggles Reel is doing an infringement preview. I finished recording it yesterday. I'm waiting for my editing guy to edit it. I'm hoping we might even have it up as soon as tomorrow, but you can keep an eye out for that. I talk about all the bands we're going to have. I give everyone, I think, a highlight for every day of the schedule, and I play I think I played 5 or 6 bands in there too.
Okay, and when does The Struggle is Real air?
It's usually the 1st and the 15th. Summer's always tough with staffing and getting people together, so it's a little tumultuous, but
but will it also be posted on the website?
It'll be on Think Twice Radio, and it'll be on facebook.com/The Struggle is Real podcast.
All right. Okay. Very good. Okay, and then so they'll be able to actually watch it there.
Listen to it, definitely.
Listen to it.
Yeah. I didn't do video for that one, so
you
I'll
don't
just
do
listen
video.
to it.
Okay.
Well,
right. Don't do video.
I do video when I'm here, and because this is awesome. But I've been so busy, and it's hard getting a slot sometimes. Actually, the last episode, lying in bed trying to block my microphone from the wind, which did not work. So I'm hoping I don't have to re-record anything.
Okay. All right. Great. Well, anything else that you want to tell us about infringement? Are there any acts that intrigue you? What do you have going on for theater this year?
I actually don't know a lot about theater. I've had my head so buried in music.
Oh, okay. So
that I'm not the best person to ask about that, to be honest.
Okay.
I can tell you personally, there was one act. It's called Girl Fight. That's happening this year, and it is all choreographed fighting featuring women.
Okay.
So
all right.
I thought that was really. I would have put that with the live action role playing group if I would have thought about it. Maybe bring in a chorus group. We could have made it really epic. So I'm thinking about that for next year.
Okay. All right.
So some of our big events on the first and last days are going to be at Nietzsche's.
Okay.
For the opening ceremonies, we do a parade from North and Elmwood, where the Nickel City Co-op is.
Yes.
We have Brass Pro and the Waterfront Revivalists. They do a parade from there down to Nietzsche's. For closing ceremonies, they do another one around the same time, where they go from Wonder Moth to Days Park, which is right at the end of Allen there by the curve. And that's always really fun. The opening, closing ceremonies, all the money goes to the festival. We have acts going on every 30 minutes. Okay. We have acts, we're doing 2 stages at Nietzsche's, so there isn't a break in the action all night. And then before closing ceremonies, we have a full day of music in the Holly Farms parking lot, which is right across the street from Nietzsche's.
Okay.
So those are really cool. We have the Broadway Market Show, which I mentioned. That's Saturday, August 3rd. It's free. It's, aside from maybe one band on the roof, it's completely kid-friendly.
Okay.
And it's going to be a really fun time, and it's a great location, and I hope other people can find uses for this like this, because I know the Broadway Market's interested in that. And then if I'm going to just mention one more show that I'm super excited about, on Friday, July 26th at Grindhouse Cafe at 7 p.m., we have literally the two craziest, loudest, most energetic bands in the festival, the Scarecrow Show and Lazy Ass Destroyer, and we are putting them in a coffee shop, and it is going to be loud and crowded and hot and awesome. And I will see the Scarecrow Show. I talk about them on my podcast constantly. They are super talented, super energetic guys. And Lazy Ass Destroyer is an internationally touring act and a super great guy. And he lives in Cincinnati. He considers his Buffalo a second home, and that's in large part to the great experiences he's had through Infringement Festival.
Is he from Buffalo, or is he from?
No, from Cincinnati.
Oh, okay, all right. Okay, very good. So we've got some exciting shows coming up. And what about other types of art? So you're just immersed in music. So
I'm immersed in music, yeah.
Not ever. Okay, very good. So do you think that infringement will continue for the next few years? Because I know that there have been some challenges with it. So I'm wondering if you think that you expect that infringement will be around next year and the year after?
I think so. Some of it, I think, depends. We lost a lot of organizers last year, and at least some of what into that was a lack of volunteer help and too much work falling on too few people. So hopefully we can do that. And then
so people were kind of getting frustrated or overwhelmed with all the work they
come and volunteer. I will do this for as long as I'm needed, because it's fun. Putting together an art festival is a blast.
Well, it can be just a tremendous amount of work that stresses people out.
Oh, even when it's work, it should be fun.
It should be fine. It's fun work.
I think so.
All right. Well, we're running out of time. We're like about a minute left, and so you just have to listen to this great music.
Sway.
So I'm biased because it's my music, but we can all dance to this great little tune, and check us out. Check out the Infringement Festival at the end of July, beginning of August. The shows are mostly all free, right?
Most of the venue ones are $5, like Mohawk, Nietzsche's, those places, but a lot of the other ones are free.
Okay.
And that'll be and you can find that information on the websites and Facebook events too.
Okay, so just check it out, people.
Check it.
Check, and I'm just going to let the music run. See you next time. Thanks for watching the Indie Art Show. Really appreciate it. If you want, you can check out my website, guitargirl.com, GRRRL, 3 R's and an L, or my other one, mariacairns.com, MERIACAIRNS.com. Lots of blog information, writing, and that kind of thing. And so with that, we're going to sign off. We'll see you next time on the Indie Art Show. Thanks for watching. Yay. Thanks for supporting artists everywhere. Yay. Thanks for watching our show. Is the camera off now? You turned it off, right? God, goodbye and good riddance. The heck with this show. Heck with you, all of you. Tired of you watching me. Where's my drink?
Crazy humans, you gotta watch where you're going. I'm just trying to live my life here. I'm just trying to eat my cat food, drink my water, chase after mice. That's all I want to do. And you keep stepping on me, you keep sitting on me, you just won't leave me alone. Look, I let you pet me, okay? Because I know it makes you feel good, okay? Alright? I let you pet me as much as you want. Right? As much as you want to pet, you go ahead and pet my fur. Alright? Because it feels good. It feels good. Yeah, I admit it. That's why I purr. A cat purrs because a cat feels good. Yeah, it feels good when you pet me. I admit it. I like it when you pet me. But that doesn't give you the right to step on my tail. Alright? I'm gonna say it. I'm just gonna say it. I'm gonna say it right now. Leave my freaking tail alone. Alright? You wanna pet me? Okay. You go ahead. You pet my fur. Great. Good. I'm happy. You're happy. But leave my freaking tail alone. Leave my tail alone. Stay off my freaking tail. and stop stepping on my paws. My paws, my tail, it's my tail, alright? This is my tail. Not your tail, my tail. Alright? I will wag my tail when I want to. I will purr when I want to. I will let you know when I need something, alright? It just so happens it's my tail, so I don't need you to step on it. I'm just trying to live my freaking life over here. You keep freaking stepping on me. I don't know what that's about, but it's gotta stop. It's gotta stop now. This ain't no dog's tail. I ain't no dog. Thank you. Stay off my freaking tail. Stop stepping on me, and stop stepping on my tail.